king and 3 pawns versus king and 3 pawns. This is a position that is very easy to just brute force until the end and understand completely every possible option. So white has some king moves and some 2 pawn moves. Let's first make sure that pawn moves don't work. If we push one of the pawns, black is just going to capture it, and then we can do this maybe. But 2 pawns are not very dangerous. Black can just stay on these 2 squares forever. And now we have to deal with 3 pawns of our opponent. If we do any move with our king, black can just push any pawn. It doesn't matter at all. We come here and black just makes a waiting move. Now our king is placed greatly here, but we have to go somewhere. There is such rule in chess that we cannot skip the move. We cannot pass the move to our opponent. So we have to do something, and if we go to the f file, black is going to push this pawn and vice versa. If you go somewhere else, black is just going to continue pushing even more, pushing. Let's say he kind of stops us. Of course, we can sacrifice 1 pawn, then queen the other one, or we can just wait, and then white has to move the king and lose. So it's not a good idea to give one of our pawns, obviously. Absolutely the same thing happens if we push the pawn on a7. So we have to play with our king. And we actually really shouldn't move these pawns at all, ever, unless black moves his king first. So we have 5 options. Let's first try to make this move. So what is black going to do? In case black pushes this pawn, we'll be very happy. Come here with the king, and now black is in Zugzwang. He cannot move any of the pawns, and if he moves the king, then we win. So after this move, black should definitely not push this pawn, but he might push this pawn or this pawn. Actually, both of these moves look great, and both of them do win. White has to go to the first rank, and black just keeps pushing, and there's nothing we can do. Actually, when black puts both his pawns to the second rank, he doesn't even need any tempo moves. He can just win his pawns and just get the point. In this position, this would be bad. Of course, for the absolutely same reason, if you go this way, black will pushing this pawn, or also by pushing that pawn. In any case, the position is winning for black. So let's try to be a bit smarter and go maybe here or here. If we go with our king to f1, what is black going to do? Definitely not this, because then white comes here, stops all the pawns and wins. If black pushes this pawn, white easily wins as well. He just goes king f2, right? This. Black cannot move his king, he cannot move his pawns after this king g3. Somewhat symmetrical position, but it's black to move, and he has to give way, and white promotes. Okay, so after king f1, black has only one winning move, and this is h3. Anything else would actually lose. Now what is black's idea? Black's idea is to push this, and this. And how can white stop that? He cannot. After this, or let's say that after this, black will just do what he wants. After that, black can push this, then maybe this, f2, and then we have the winning pawn setup. So absolutely the same thing happens if white goes king h1, black is going to push f3, and now everything is same. Now white king is on the h file, but it doesn't help. Let's say we play like this, check, push, and again black wins. So we practically eliminate every move, and the only move that remains is king g1, which is in a way a logical move. We are ready to answer g3 with king g2, h3 with king h2, and f3 with king f2. Let's see if that works. After g3, king g2, white just wins. Black cannot do anything with his pawns anymore. After h3, white has to be smart and go king h2. Black has only one move, and after king g3, white wins. That's the perfect setup. That's what we want. And after f3, white will go king f2 and king g3, and again this is the same position, and white wins. So is this move? Yeah, it's a little bit strange, I would say. A player who doesn't know this, or a player who doesn't want to think too much, and just he might choose to stay closer to enemy pawns with his king. But actually, the right idea is to stay on the g file, so that we can be flexible and go to f file when it's necessary, go to h file when it's necessary, and stay on the g file when it is the best. Okay, so white wins here by playing king g1.